says the U.S. has tried to get food into the people of Gaza, but Hamas steals.
It's not a pleasant situation, but it's unbelievable to me that you see worldwide all the pressure is being put on the Israelis. The pressure should be put on Hamas. They're the ones who keep changing everything. But it's a false message. They've shown pictures of children who supposedly are starving. Turns out one of the pictures was from 2017, and it was about a child with cerebral palsy. Another one showed a very emaciated child, but it was because he had a disease. He was standing next to a mother who, let's just say, she was very well fed. So somebody was eating. It may not have been the child.
A Fox News poll shows a majority of Americans support deporting illegal aliens who have committed crimes. Border czar Tom Homan says the media is putting out a false narrative about the raid conducted by ICE.
Are criminals. Hard stop, 70%. Who are the other 30%? The other 30% are national security threats. Like we've arrested over 300 Iranian nationals. These are people who are national security threats based on intelligence, based on other information. These are people we have to take off the street, that we have to deport. Who's the rest of that 30%? These are people who had due process at great taxpayer expense, and the judge ordered them removed. A federal judge said they must be deported, so our job is to deport those people.
The education chief for the state of Maine told the state's schools to ignore President Trump's executive orders, preventing men from competing in girls' sports. Maine Department of Education Commissioner Pinder Macon wrote memos for all the state school districts after President Trump began to make executive orders addressing public education. Maine Congresswoman Laurel Libby says Macon has stated that education takes a back seat to social issues.
I'm not surprised at all. This is the same Commissioner Macon, who said back in 2023 in response to students' falling test scores in Maine, look, we're not going to prioritize academic learning. We're going to emphasize social emotional learning and DEI. So this shocks me not at all. Well, our policies are the same as the Mills administration. It's a woke agenda with which most Mainers don't agree. They don't agree that biological males should be participating in girls' sports. They don't agree that the focus should be on DEI and social emotional learning. Folks want their kids to be learning the basics, and anything less is a disservice to Maine students, as we see in their falling test scores.
2 more children will be able to find a home while a lawsuit proceeds, Chris Woodward explains.
Jessica Bates lives in Oregon and wants to adopt 2 children from foster care. The Oregon Department of Human Services has a rule that excludes Bates because she does not wish to follow state policy that parents be affirming of a child's gender identity. Bates tried taking Oregon to court, but a legal challenge failed at the federal district level. Last week, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that Oregon's policy appears to have violated Bates's free speech and free exercise rights. The appeals court also stated that the case should continue. Attorney Johannes Vidmam Delfons of Alliance Defending Freedom, a law firm representing Bates.
You know, this was a Clinton appointee as well as a Trump appointee who agreed that Oregon's policy was likely unconstitutional and that it likely violated Bates' free speech and her free exercise rights.
Delfon says Bates will now begin the application process again.
She's hoping to adopt 2 children from foster care. We hope that Oregon will allow that to happen.
I'm Chris Woodward.
More news online at afn.net and on the AFN mobile app. Thomas McKee.
The American Family Association's mission is to inform, equip, and activate individuals to strengthen the moral foundations of our culture. We also support the church. Our goal is to be a leading organization in biblical worldview training for cultural transformation. We believe true morality flows from biblical principles and directs people to the manner in which God intends them to live.
Thank you for standing with the American Family Association as we seek to stop the erosion of godly values.
Welcome to Today's Issues, offering a Christian response to the issues of the day. Here's your host, Tim Wildman, President of the American Family Association.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Today's Issues on the American Family Radio Network. Today's Tuesday, July the 29th, 2025, and as always, we thank you for joining us here on AFR, and we wish we had good news to lead with today, but we don't. Fred's with me. Good morning, Fred.
Good morning.
Chris Woodward.
Good morning.
and Ray Pritchard from Kansas City, Kansas. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Tim. How you doing today?
Doing well. We're all saddened by what happened in New York City yesterday. Of course, in a country of 330 million people, there's probably going to be some bad news to report every day, but this got national and even international attention. What happened, Chris?
A man stalked through a Manhattan office tower yesterday afternoon during New York rush hour time, and he fired a rifle, killing at least 4 people, including a New York City police officer, and wounding a 5th before taking his own life, officials said. The shooting took place at a skyscraper that is home to the headquarters of both the NFL and Blackstone, one of the world's largest investment firms.
Blackstone?
Blackstone, yes, sir. The gunman has been identified by...
BlackRock. Anyway.
The gunman has been identified by authorities as Shane Tamura of Las Vegas. He had what authorities are calling a documented mental health history. He also had a background as a football player in high school and may have done a cross-country trip leading up to this attack.
Okay. Well, this guy, Fred, tell us more.
Yeah, he drove. Police say he drove all the way from his home there in Las Vegas. And
excuse me for interrupting, and I don't mean to. It was BlackRock.
With Blackstone and news reports.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, we're talking about who was in the building. That's the reason I'm bringing this up. Who, by meaning what major corporations? Is it BlackRock Investments or Blackstone Investments?
I'm seeing Blackstone.
Okay. Well, I've got BlackRock official website, the leading providers of investment. But anyway, all right. That is important what the name of the company is because it's a major corporation. Whether it's Blackstone or BlackRock. But the most important thing is here, the NFL offices were inside this skyscraper. Go ahead.
And police are connecting that fact that the NFL head office is based in that building. Apparently, this young man, 27 years old, Shane Tamura of Las Vegas, perhaps played football, high school, whatever the case was. He had some problems, some mental problems that he blamed on football in general, football injuries, etc., etc. That is the reason police believe he went to that particular building to do exactly what he did yesterday. There are pictures of this young man heading into the office. It's late afternoon, as Chris was saying. He's carrying a high-powered weapon. He apparently opened fire in the foyer area, in the first level area, and then he was able to get on an elevator and go up to, I think it was the 30th floor, I'm not sure what it was, and he opened fire there. That is what we know at this point. But very tragic, as Chris was reporting. Among those who were killed was a very young police officer, New York City police officer. Some of the foyer personnel at the welcome desk in that building. But very tragic. He then turned the gun on himself and killed himself. So a very tragic story all the way around.
Okay, so the answer to my question here, sorry to get stuck on this, but there is evidently both a Blackstone and a BlackRock major investment companies, and so that's based out of New York City. Ray, when did you hear about this?
Well, last evening when the news broke, I think I saw something that Todd Starnes put up, and then suddenly it exploded on Twitter and then across all the news feeds. And you know, Fred, I saw one of the pictures of this young man, this fella, coming across Plaza on his way to the building, holding the rifle in his right hand.
Yeah.
How is it that he's able to do that so openly, get into the building, and then, I don't understand. There seems like a huge security breakdown somewhere.
Yeah, and this will come out as time goes on. But as you say, Ray, the picture shows him walking across this plaza with this huge weapon in his hand. How somebody somewhere didn't call 911 and say there's a guy walking.
I know. And is there not security inside the building?
There was, I believe, some security there, but obviously not enough to deal with this guy, because he walked in the building and opened fire right away.
Was the officer shot a New York police officer. He was
Yes.
in NYPD, right?
That
Or
is
not a private security officer?
No.
Yeah, the mayor confirmed that he was a young New York City Police Department officer.
Do you know anything about where he was when he was shot?
No, sir.
Okay. Because a lot of buildings you go to, especially in big cities, all right? By big buildings, I'm talking skyscrapers, especially in New York. But do they have security on ground level? Right? They'll have a couple security guards on ground level, and a lot of them will say, "What is your business here? Why?" You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have an appointment. Or I'm going to see so and so and some company. They expect you, and then they look and see if you're on the on the list for the day to be going to the building. I've experienced that many times. You probably have too, haven't you, Ray? When they check you out.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
they'll stop you right there and go, "Sir, where are you going?
Right.
Do you have an appointment?"
Right. So the other thing here is I know the mayor of New York City last night. I watched his Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I watched his press conference along with the police chief. Okay, there. How many people died?
4.
Okay,
As of right now.
that's the most important thing, and we're certainly all saddened by this tragedy that took place. But these quote gun control people, they just can't help themselves. Even Mayor Adams, who is probably is a moderate on a lot of issues, even though that by New York City standards, he's a moderate. But even he's saying gun violence.
Yeah.
This is gun violence. As if the gun traveled from Las Vegas to New York by itself. An inanimate object just started killing people. The day before we had the stabbings at the Walmart in Michigan, right?
Yes.
I didn't hear knife violence.
Yeah.
There was no mention. We must do something about knife violence. And also related to this is that fact that you have this guy using the gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's responsible for his own actions.
That's right. There was a shooting at a casino in Reno, where I think one person died there. This is, can we not just get back to basics here? And the basic is there are evil people in this world.
Right.
They choose to use a knife in Michigan.
Right.
They use a gun in New York, in Reno. It is not about the weapons. It's about the hearts of the individuals.
Plus, we have gun laws.
Yes.
New York City has some of the strictest gun control laws in America. So you're going, well, this guy evidently didn't pay attention to the laws, didn't respect the laws. And meanwhile, innocent people or good people are left defenseless oftentimes because of the strict gun laws.
It's interesting. You mentioned the Michigan case where the perpetrator there used a knife
Right.
to injure 11 people. How was he stopped? By a Marine.
With a gun.
Retired Marine with a gun.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. Ray, this fella, how old was he? 29?
27.
27. He evidently left a suicide note, a note telling people why he was doing what he was doing. Chris, do you have that? And Ray can comment.
Yes, I'm pulling it up here. Fox was running hard and heavy with this earlier today. Basically, the note that was left at the same building where the NFL headquarters are speaks of health issues as a result of playing football. I paraphrased a lot there.
Did you see this, Ray?
Yeah, I sure did. And look, the NFL has spent multiple millions of dollars in the last, 20 years, 25 years, because in the old days, guys that played professional football and then brain injuries would develop and nobody knew much about it. But now this CTE, this trauma to the brain because of football, that's a real thing, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he suffered from this from high school football maybe, something like that, or thought he did and thought he needed to be tested. But it's hard to understand, get down to the real motive, because he drives across the country, right?
Yeah.
He walks across the plaza with the gun, so he's not going to get help. He's coming to kill somebody and then to be killed, or in this case, to kill himself. So hard to understand what the point of this was, except to say, I'm in trouble, I need help, and I'm going to die.
Yeah, you say CTE is a real thing that a lot of people who play football